In New York Harbor, we have approximately 1.2 million barrels of petroleum product moving a day, and that equates to 500 million gallons of petroleum product that is moved in barges, ships, and pipelines through the Port of New York. Approximately 75% of that oil moves through the area called the Kilvan Cull, and that is the waterway that separates New Jersey from Staten Island.
The biggest hazard in New York Harbor is the amount of traffic that we get. It's a ship coming or going from New York Harbor every 6 minutes.
There are approximately 100 transfers of oil a day. That is, in other words, a hose being hooked up from a barge or a tank ship to a facility ashore.
The only type of oil that I've handled myself is when the Nautilus ran aground and there was just chunks of the oil floating around. It was just really bad.
On the oil spill from the BT Nautilus, this oil was very unique in that it was a very heavy oil, and it mostly stayed right in the Kilvan Cull area. The oil, in some cases, was approximately 2 or 3 feet thick, and when the oil cleanup personnel, some of them were standing in it up to their waists, actually using vacuum hoses, and the most that they could pull out was where they put the hose. We still have a couple of hundred people that are working in various areas. The concentration of the oil is a lot less, and we're down to more of the hot water washing and the scraping of the rocks.
Well, these guys are they're using steam to clean up the oil on the rocks from the oil spill about 3 weeks ago. It was the BT Nautilus.
How does it look to you?
It's pretty. The oil's real thick. It's almost like it kind of looks like chewing gum almost.
It's terribly difficult work. It's manpower intensive, it's very sloppy, and it's also very dangerous.
The area that we're in right now on the western side of Staten Island is a feeding area for the herons, egrets, and ibis that nest on the islands in the Kilvan Cull and the Arctic Kill. It produces quite a bit of small marine life, which is their principal diet. The fiddler crabs you see along the bank here are the principal diet of the yellow-crowned night heron. The yellow scum or brown scum on the water is an oil residue. Whether this affects the crabs or not, we don't know yet. Shooter's Island in the Kilvan Cull has got a permanent boom around it now, I believe. That's to stop any future oil spill from flowing onto the shores, which helps to protect the wading birds in the pilings and the debris that have washed up on the shores. The barges that are located at the south end of the island are a nesting area for the gulls and cormorants out there. And this is a new species of bird for us to have breeding here on Shooter's Island, the cormorants. The way the oil affects the wading birds is it adheres to their body. When they go back to feed their young or to sit on the eggs, the oil is then transferred onto the eggs, and it will suffocate, or the poisons in the oil will penetrate the eggshell and kill the embryos. Another oil spill, to me, is disheartening to the fact of losing our local birds. Once they're gone, you can't tell a bird to come back.